don't understand. Baby, I'm so done with you. I'm so done with you. I'm so done with you. I'm so done. Baby, I'm so done with you. I'm so done with you. I'm so done with you. I'm so
Hey, folks, and welcome to today's stream for Stout Esports. Today, it's Marvel Rivals. It's UW-Stout versus Gateway Tech. Coming to you live from the brand new esports arena here in the Robert J. Swanson Library. As you can see on screen, we have some of the players that'll be playing today, going left to right. It is Nomus, Jorkier, Kosel, and Killstrike. And on the other side, it is Dubious, our coach, Xander, and Blink, rounding out our roster today. Stout Rivals, currently up 3-0, I believe. Currently, and versus Gateway Tech today, who is currently sitting at 1-3, looking to pick up another win themselves, and Stout looking to remain undefeated here today at Rivals. So our first map is going to be Hell's Heaven, as all the players ready up for this domination map at the Hydra Charteris base. I don't know why they make the name so long for Rivals. I just don't understand. As hopefully we'll be in the action here soon. As I think we're just waiting on one person for Discord to load. This is why we use TeamSpeak, folks. TeamSpeak supremacy. I think my coach would disagree with me, but but yeah, exciting times for the Rivals team, looking to grab a dub here, as I believe their next match after a week bye, if I remember correctly, is going to be up against some of the big dogs in the league, MSOE and Madison, if I remember correctly. We're going to have to stall a little longer here, folks. It appears we do have a tech pause from the side of Gateway. We'll let you know more about that as soon as we can. As the Rivals was saying before, the Rivals team will be playing against the MSOE Raiders for the next match, one of the better teams within the WEC. As we wait here for a attack. While we wait for that, folks, we'll cut to a break here, and we'll be right back.
to Milo Bear. Thank you for the follow. Um, Go Coastal too. Also, we're in a tech pause. That or someone at a gateway has bounced their check at a restaurant. We're not too certain, but we'll be back soon.
Alrighty, folks, welcome on back to UW-Stout Esports. Thank you very much to my co-host here, Danny, for introing us today. But we've got quite an exciting matchup as the Stout Blue Devils are taking on Gateway Tech Redhawks. We're gonna take a look at these bans here. What do you know about these teams? What are you expecting to see in Marvel Rivals bans here?
I don't think I was playing when bans were a thing in any of these games. You kind of could just pick whatever. Um, Obviously, Stout they have a lot of supports, so probably pinching the pool maybe of DPSs we can't cover, tanks we don't want to play against probably. Um, I could look through the group chat. That is, maybe I could see some tech. Who
You know,
knows?
while he zooms on through that group chat, I'm gonna try to share the info that I know. I know, like my co-host here said, we do run a triple support on a fair amount of maps, so might be looking to get rid of a couple DPSs that might have some really good combo plays. We're seeing Scarlet protected and Cloak banned on the side of Redhawks here, so they might have done a little bit of odd research. They know we run a lot of Cloak and Dagger, and then over on the Stout side of things, immediately banning Adam and protecting Strange. So I know that our tank plays a lot of Strange on this roster right now, so a good protect for them to, at least feel comfortable off the rip.
Yeah, I feel comfortable off the rip. They could also always be banning dive, right? Especially with only one tank, not another tank to peel for you. Especially with three supports, right? Dive can be pretty lethal on you if you don't have abilities up. Or if you're not like running a Luna Snow or something, you can just snowball you or just ult you into oblivion. Um, Dive can be pretty lethal on that as well. But like you were saying, the strange protect, not surprising. We're a bit of strange merchants. I won't lie. We play a lot of strange. We love that portal.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a Magneto ban coming in. I wonder if the Redhawks have done their scouting. We were playing a lot of Magneto and a lot of Cloak and Dagger in the first couple weeks of the season. So it looks like they're doing our scouting. We might have to make a few adjustments on our side of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the one thing to know, Nomus has been playing Angela a lot.
Yep.
A lot of Angela. He has been spamming that superhero practically every day, it feels like.
Yeah, it's Angela is the new Vanguard, the new tank player within Marvel Rivals here. I think just in the last week or so has become eligible to play in the WEC so far this season. So really exciting to see how those metas might be changing as the final protect and ban from the Stout side is going to be Jeff and Psylocke. Going with Redhawks protecting a Moon Knight here. I wonder if they've got maybe a really good Moon Knight DPS. That ult can be absolutely lethal and totally change the momentum on a map.
That ult kills me like every single time in solo queue. I get killed so many times by frickin' Moon Knight, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty solid ult for sure. As we see now, the hero selections coming into play, looking like triple support out of the Blue Devils, just as we had expected. We're seeing that Luna Snow, the Mantis, the Jeff. It's a pretty classic triple support lineup. A lot of nice utility from those support players to not only do some DPS, but just kind of help manage those fights, especially long term.
Yeah, especially the Luna Snow and the Jeff. I mean, you even see the Redhawks running it.
Yep.
It's just so powerful. The backline does so much DPS, so much healing. Luna ult, absolutely game changing. Basically, you can't do anything in a Luna ult. Like, you're not killing anybody. They just sit in there and they just get healed. And then of course Jeff ult. If you're able to get a bunch of people and then just yeet them off the map, that can be pretty game changing for both sides. Obviously the other half, the Mantis on support. That will be interesting. Of course, triple support versus fairly traditional composition on the other side. It'll be interesting to see as the action is going to kick off here. Both teams are going to head to the control point for this domination map. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they choose to fight on the first map. Anyone goes out way ahead. That Luna Snow, I think, on our side, going for a bit of a flank. As Blink is going to jump his way into the front line to block that damage. Watching Venom here diving on the back line all alone is that Moon Knight, and they will dive. And Noma's going on a bit of a rampage on this Venom in the back line. He's going to take a bit of damage here and is going to back out. But with the Moon Knight dead and some others falling to just the spray and pray coming down, that's going to be Stout securing the first 10% on this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a really aggressive start. Just kind of meeting them at point and just being really aggressive just to kind of break that 50-yard line, really secure that first capture of the point, start gaining that space, and a really nice dive by the Venom there. Nomus picking up a nice kill early on just to kind of put the Redhawks on the back foot, make them think about, do we have to change already? Do we have to rethink our game plan? With Stout being this aggressive and in their face, I think that, without a very specific, type of play, a really good setup, they're going to have a hard time breaking through this front line.
Yeah, and speaking of that front line, the Venom trying to clear through it as Blink's going to stop most of the damage. They're just keeping them at bay, far away, though Blink may fall here, but no, gets bailed out by his team's healing. And he has this ult up soon, along with Coastal on the Shark. Be interesting to see the other side's tank themselves really low. And speaking of that diving we were talking about, Nomus takes down the Moon Knight again. You can't be caught out like that.
I just wasn't sure.
Alright, folks, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties here. Turns out our game sound is off, which is wild. And speaking of off, Redhawks are going to have to get on point very quickly if they want to do anything. Moon Knight all comes out, takes down 2, but Dubious trades it right back, though unfortunately for Stout, it's not going to be the clean 100% here, as they're going to get forced off of point by a Moon Knight ult, killing 2. They'll still have 3 ults here on the reaggress. They have the tools to win this fight as they're going to 5-man unit it straight in there. Fight going out now on Dubious, trying to just poke away the flanker. As the 2 tanks on point. I see that Venom going after somebody, as it is going to be Saiba grabbing some folks with the ult, but unable to do anything with it as he falls, spitting them right back out. And Stout just spits more DPS into the face of the Red Hawks as we go here now to overtime. Board is not going to be able to contest that last one and will fall here as Stout is going to go up 1-0 in this round of play as we head to the Super Soldier Factory for point 2 on this map.
Yeah, some really good things I'm seeing out of the Stout side of things right there. Not getting overly aggressive, not ult dumping when they don't need to. I think it was, like you said, a pair of kills from the Moon Knight ult. On the Stout side of things, Dubious did respond with their own double kill, but I think Stout was feeling just a little bit of lack of support from the back end there. Just decided to back off, regroup for a minute. They had plenty of ults to retake, and essentially just came in, did the job, and they're moving now into the second map with 3 ults already online, with only 2 from the Red Hawks side. So really interested to see how Stout may roll out on point number 2 here, if they're going to be really aggressive with those ults, or if they're going to be holding on to them. Try to save their lives with all 3 of those ults being support ults right now. There could be a lot of lives saved here in the early part of round number 2.
Yeah, as we're going to head to the point here, Kill Strike trying to get some early post damage off. Landing quite a few shots as the tanks are going to go into that back line. We have Nomus now swapped to the Angela. Bit more open space to have here as Red Flame's going to fall. Took a lot of damage and pushed out of position. As now Nomus on this flank is going to hit that turn and go after the Ultron, trying to take out the support here. And Ultron all alone and will finally fall to the diving tank. And without their support, the Red Hawks fall apart here as Stout's going to secure first point.
Yeah, once again, a very similar story to the first round. Stout securing the first portion of the point so far. They're just going to try to hold this corner, hold this choke point, forcing the Red Hawks to either charge directly at them or come up with some kind of game plan that opens up a gap in this defensive line. As you see, Stout now trying to back off a little bit, maybe in anticipation for, there it is, this strange portal, trying to get the Red Hawks on the point immediately. It's Blink all over the top of Red Flame, finishing now super quickly. Dubious with a great shot to shut down that Scarlet ult. That was huge. That could have taken a few Stout players right off the map.
Yeah, that one could have taken a few Stout players right off, but ultimately, with your tank going down in not even 5 seconds, there's really nothing much the Red Hawks could do there. I'm a little surprised they still committed to it even after their tank died when nobody was even on point. They could have stayed on the other side of Portal perfectly fine. But they choose to go in, though now both sides on 5 ults here. Red Hawks better use them if they want to make anything happen of this game right now. As we have the 70% on point. We do see the Punisher ult come out, but Dubious with the Sharknado, just gonna kill everybody. Take down 4 there, pick up a 5th as well as Jorker steals the ace away from Dubious. But good team play from Stout, a great combo out. That Sharknado completely shuts down this side of Red Hawks, who end up wasting that Punisher ult and see them switch as well.
Yeah, I'm making a couple swaps, but I think just a minute too late for that squad. It was, like you said, a great combination of ultimates coming from the UW-Stout Blue Devils to use that Sharknado to great effect, with Dubious picking up that pentakill, doing a fantastic job there on map number 1, and that's going to be 1-0 in the series. We got the MVP Blink, the strange player from the UW-Stout Blue Devils.
Yeah, Blink, really good Magic gameplay there. I don't know why I called him Magic. I'm having a stroke here. I just cannot. Doctor Strange, my goodness. He's a magic man.
Yes, he certainly is.
And Blink had a magical score up there. 14 kills, but shout out to Dubious. Had some really good ults come through, especially at the end there.
Yeah, picking up
Um,
22 kills, 16 assists, 13 final hits, just over 7K damage, matching the DPS on the side of the Redhawks. But I just wonder if there's a little bit of a difference in, the double tank on the side of UW-Stout here, just kind of helping with that, the sustainability on the map. So there we have map number 1 in the books. UW-Stout, 1-0 lead.
Yep, UW-Stout 1-0 lead, and we're going to cut to a quick break here, and we'll be back with the next map when that happens. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the stream. I actually switched to the wrong thing, as hopefully we'll be going into Wakanda soon for round 2 of this best of 5.
Yeah, round 2 of the best of 5. A little bit of a timeout there after map number 1. I think teams maybe needed to reevaluate the strategies for today's matchup. But moving into the bands now for map number 2, we're moving over to Wakanda Convergence. Really excited to see how these teams play and a little bit more of that offensive, defensive type of setup. It certainly can change up how you play the game a little bit. Maybe the team comps could be a little bit even map specific here on Wakanda's. We're getting first sets of bands coming in. We got Hella band and Adam band. So I wonder if that Sharknado might have just really scared the Redhawks in map number 1 there. As they're actually going to protect their magic, looking like that could be potentially a useful tool for them. On our side, we can see that Saiba on the side of the Redhawks is a Lord magic player, so pretty impressive there. Excited to see what they might be able to bring to the table here in map number 2. Stout flies in, protecting Jeff, banning Doctor Strange after playing it in map number 1. What are your thoughts on that?
A little surprising. I do know how much Blink loves playing Magic. But I'm certain, as you can kind of see by the hovers, I mean, Penny, we know Blink can play Penny. But yeah, just not opting into the Magic for that main tank. We know Nomus tends to play those dive tanks anyways.
Yeah.
So it's really just, it'll be interesting to see what Blink will pull out without his pocket Magic. And speaking of those dive picks, Angela is banned. I guess their Moon Knight, whoever that was, did not enjoy getting taken out by an Angela like every 5 seconds, it seemed like.
Yeah, certainly not. And then Protect for the Luna Snow coming in. Not terribly surprising there, that being an extremely strong support player. Now seeing the Magneto Protect for Stout. I almost wonder if we're going to see Blink on Magneto here in map number 2. We've seen him run that historically throughout this season so far. With some pretty good success. I mean, obviously the team is sitting at 3-0 so far. They haven't had, a lot of adversity. The way that their schedule is built this year is, their competition is slowly getting better throughout the season as they prepare for the playoffs here. So, and then we're going to see the Venom Band. They must really not have liked that dive. I think they're doing anything to avoid dive right now.
Yeah, they really did not like that dive or that Sharknado. But yeah, the Magneto, as you called it, right? This time protected, in case they want to switch to that. Oh my goodness, Nomus on the Emma Frost. Get this guy out of this lobby.
Yeah, Nomus, I do see that Emma gameplay on occasion. I thought I saw for a minute, Jork here on Ultron. I thought I saw Kosel hovering Cloak and Dagger. I know that the team does like to play a little bit of Cloak and Dagger. As looks like both teams are getting into the lobby here, and we will get into this action. Like I said in the ban phase, we want to see Saiba on Magic here. Can be a really lethal DPS brawl type of hero. And if you're good on Magic, it is scary to play against. So really excited to see what they can do here. Start map number 2.
Yeah, you're really going to want to force this brawl, especially with the kind of comp that they're playing, using that Groot and, of course, the Moon Knight, right? They all benefit off the whole other team sort of all being around each other and fighting in that brawl kind of fight. Well, interesting to see what the Redhawks can do on support as Stout kicking off this offense, grouping up together. Gonna have that Magneto up front. Saiba forced away. No way you fight all of them. As Stout goes for this high ground push onto the point, walled off from that one angle by the Groot. The Groot, half health, does get the bubble up, and nobody dead yet. A lot of healing coming in from Red Flame, but it won't be enough as Nomus on the Emma Frost begins to take down 2. Saiba with the big sword, though, takes down Kosel, but it's all a little too late as the rest of Stout cleans up on the point. The Redhawks not ready for that over-the-top high ground attack, are forced off the point as Stout's going to capture it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just like we were talking about Saiba, picking up that early kill on Jeff on this defensive hold. Obviously, an early pick is nice, especially getting other support players off the map gives your team a little bit more of a fighting chance. But yeah, immediately, I think just a little bit in too deep in that particular circumstance. And we're getting absolutely picked apart by the Stout players. As now we're just getting outside the door here after point number 1. And as we're talking about Blink on Magneto here, hoping to do some great frontline holds for the squad. We've got Saiba once again on this magic, trying to dive in, doing a decent amount of damage, but targeting that tank is not going to go down very quickly.
Yeah, taking out that tank ain't gonna happen quickly though. Blink though gets one alongside Jorkir here. Saiba trades one back. Jorkir picks up another on the Ultron. Some days this character doesn't look like a support, as they're gonna take down a third with the help of Kill Strike. Oh my goodness, Ultron just does so much damage.
Yeah, it's looking like Iron Man V2 here with a cooler cake. I mean, that's all I really got to say about it so far. I played a little bit of Marvel Rivals in the first couple seasons as well, but I honestly haven't touched it in 4 or 5 months. I haven't even played any of these characters before. Really exciting to see, I think especially in Stout's current setup with this triple support, they're getting a lot of the protection that they need to stay alive, and getting to use these, strategist players as DPS is really coming up nice for the comp right now.
Yeah, and speaking of Brawl, Redhawks try to be super aggressive there, and it's gonna come back to bite them as Saiba goes way far forward and gets taken down by Nobis with the ult. So now, only down to Kosa's ult if they need to use one to bail them out, but have the man advantage in this fight. They can slowly see them chipping away at the Redhawks as Groot's gonna go in, pop the ult, see if he can make some magic happen. Unfortunately, not going to get too much, and is ultimately going to fall themselves as Jubia's guns down switch. And now Saiba frozen on the floor, taken down, and Redhawks, they used Red Flame's ult, but it simply was not enough to stop the capture of the point as Stout progresses even further now.
Yeah, a little bit of one-on-one Jorkir and didn't know exactly who it was. I think it was the Cloak and Dagger Peekaboo from the Redhawks. Little one-on-one on that second floor. Little support action. Good to see Stout coming out on top of that. And Stout already quickly approaching this final point. The tank's being really aggressive here, trying to make up some ground, really hold the Redhawks in their spawn so that we can maximize, that Stout can maximize their distance traveled here on the offensive path. Once again, Saiba diving in really deep. Almost seems like, there could be a potential communication there. It doesn't really seem like they're getting a lot of support along with those dives. And if you want that magic to work diving backlines, you got to have that support to, kind of go with it. And there was that Mantis. 20 seconds later, now Stout will have a player advantage moving into these final few meters on the first half.
Yeah, Saiba just pushes so far ahead, trying to play hero. And diving, they're not diving the backline, that's the issue, as Dubious pops the ult, grabs a bunch of them, as so does Boyard. Gonna try to stall here with the Luna ult, but goes off point himself, and ultimately Stout gonna go up 3-0 so far in this round here on this map.
Yeah, pretty straightforward offense there. Stout, I think, built themselves a little bit of an aggressive comp to make sure they could stay on the front line of the cart, as we like to call it, the vehicle, or whatever people like to use for the term of the moving point on the map.
I guess
but
payload?
Payload?
That's what
yeah.
we called in Overwatch.
A lot of people call it cart, too. I've heard that one on occasion.
I think those are the lazy people.
Less syllables. Good
Yeah,
comms.
Yeah.
Good comm
Cart,
structure.
yeah. Unless you're C9.
Yes, unless you, in fact, you are C9. But looking at the comp switches here, we've got Nomus the Gnome picking up the Groot. Maybe he's trying to learn a thing or two from Coach Floppin over here. Coach Floppin plays an extremely highly rated Groot, and I wonder what he will think about
I am
Nomus the
happy to
Gnome's
see
group
you
gameplay
too.
after this map
Happy
number
we'll
one. Looks
be
like
in
he's
this
getting
battle
himself set up
together.
with a nice little killing zone there. Those walls do incredible damage when paired with the other attacks that Groot has to offer. What other
The battle
changes are we
starts in
seeing?
5, 4, 3,
I think
We got
Dubious has
Dubious on
swapped off
change.
the
1.
Punisher.
Yep, swapping off the
All you need to
Punisher.
do is capture the mission
Absolutely.
area. Got it?
Going for the Spearman this time. Be interesting to see. They're going to take down that high ground. Be interesting to see if the Redhawks take the high ground like UW-Stout did. But no, they're going to push it right down main, as Nomus is going to be that first line of contact. They're going to go through this side room and see if they can go around Stout. Saibo once again leading this team like they are a tank player or something. I do believe they actually have swapped over to that cross now, though, to take a bit more punishment. As Nomus going to keep frontlining here. Apparently just that poke fight. And we've seen that Stout has won this fight time and time again, especially easier on defense. As Redhawks just going to be bullied out of that room. Just not enough damage. As Stout tries to wall off Saiba. Unable to do so, but the healing coming through won't stop them at all, as Nomus is almost to ult here, low on health, and will fall there. This is an opportunity here for the Redhawks to be able to make something of this man advantage, as Stout forced back now, man down. Blink on the Magneto, trying his best to stall off on this point, and right now it is working so far. Despite the walls and everything, the heal's getting to Blink, though he's half health now. Stomped to the floor, almost falls there, but health gets right back up. As this fight continues, Jorger managed to find a kill on this Ultron. Now the man advantage swinging over the Stout side as the Luna Snow ult popped and gone there. Keeps the team alive, as Coastal gonna use the ult, see if he can grab anyone. But a little mistime there, as the rest of the team cleans up anything. So an empty lunch for the Shark this time, as Stout staves off the Redhawks.
Yeah, absolutely unfortunate timing there. I think it was a bit of a kind of alt dump situation, and I think that the Blue Devils just got a little bit too happy with the key presses there, as the only remaining alt on the Blue Devils side is going to be Blink with that Magneto, which can be incredibly useful. Even just as a solo alt, you can kind of just target a support in the back, maybe just get, one of those support players taken out. But now we're moving directly back into another fight here, as we're going to tune over to the Redhawks side of things, as their group goes down immediately. See what their Jeff has to say here in the background, trying to pump out that healing for his squad.
He's trying to give bubbles to the other group, though, I don't know if he knows his group's dead. His group's running back from spawn, but yeah, Redhawks unable to do anything right now. Forced off the group guys very early on in the fight, as now gonna try a different angle here and with the Emma Frost ult, but right now just not doing enough damage. Nomus out healing it. Has that group ult as well. They're going to be immobilized here on the side of Stout, and Nomus goes down with that ult. Jorkir here trying to dive on the solo player, unable to pick up the kill, as Blink falls as well. Both tanks down for the side of Stout. There goes Coastal. Luna Snow ult pop. No. Yes, Luna Snow ult pop from Killstrike, keeping the team alive. And they just might be able to turn this one, as Dubious picks up a 2K. Jorgir picks up another one, and here are the tanks back. And now the fight has turned. Redhawks let it go on for too long, as Groot now falls. Everyone's falling down. And Redhawks fail, as Stout wins the round 3-0.
Yeah, incredibly close matchup there. The Redhawks were doing a great job trying to gain some momentum. They found a couple early picks, but Stout was just able to sustain for a little bit of time there. Like you said, the Luna ult from Killstrike, as Killstrike getting the MVP, as I think is well-deserved, keeping his team alive there, holding down at the first point, not allowing the Redhawks to make any offensive progress whatsoever during that map number 2. So well-earned MVP there from Killstrike. quick look at the scoreboard here. A lot of numbers you're looking at. Look for the important ones. What are the important ones? No one really knows. You can pick that number yourself, but seeing a lot more damage coming out of the DPS side of things from the UW-Stout side of things. A lot of damage blocked by that Groot, Red Flame, on the Red Hawks as well. 36,000 damage blocked, while no one on the Stout side had anywhere, over 25k, which maybe, just the tanks they play, maybe it's less blocking, more aggression. So obviously something working well for the Blue Devils so far, and that's going to be 2-0 in the series.
Yep, 2-0 as we're going to cut to another break here, folks. We'll be back as Stout goes up 2-0 in the series and sends us to a match point. Hey, folks. Welcome back to the third round here. I've been iced by Gateway. I'm the one getting iced. 10-minute break. Goodness gracious. Very long time as we had to picks and bans here on Spider Island's Convoy. We saw Stout basically dominate the past 2 rounds. So it'll be interesting to see how the Red Hawks change it up, because they're going to have to change something if they're going to look to win here, especially after their last Convoy performance, last map, going down 3-0. Not ideal.
Yeah, moving over to this Convoy map, I don't really expect to see a whole lot different. Getting the Hella ban, getting that Atom ban, this is on par with everything else that we've seen. Protecting the Strange from the side of Gateway. Interesting pick after banning it in map 2 and getting bodied by it in map 1. Not really sure what the thought process is there. Maybe at this point they're just throwing for giggles, but yeah, moving on to map 3, Stout with a pretty easy 2-0 lead right now. Getting those bans and protects running in.
Yeah, going to see the Protect come out from the side of Stout for the Angela. We saw Nomus really dominate on that. Do not be tricked by the Black Widow hover. Actual merchant over here. But yeah, not surprised by the Angela pick. A little surprised by the Strange Protect. But hey, if you can't beat them, join them, I guess. Be interesting to see here as they're going to ban out their Lord too.
Yeah. I guess Stout got bothered by that, 1 to 2 kills that the Magic got last night?
Yeah, when they fed into the 9 Hex,
Yeah. Now Gateway moving on to the Magneto ban. Must not have liked that one either.
Yeah, the Magneto was pretty effective last map. Blink on the Magneto. Pretty lethal, but he certainly is also just as lethal on the Doctor Strange.
Yes, absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see here. They protect the... Oh my goodness. We're protecting Black Widow.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not taking this pick that seriously.
And now we're banning them now? Okay. Yeah, this is a throwaway game. This game is for fun. This game is for giggles.
What do you want to see this game? What kind of mad comp do you want to see?
I want to see Gateway lose as fast as possible. I'll be honest with you. I mean, they're taking 10-minute timeouts between every map, which is wild. I mean, we're starting map 3 of the series, and it's already been an hour. Yeah, so I'm just excited to see this move along. Looks like the final ban came in. Ultron. Jorkir's Ultron has been stellar so far in the series. So yeah, not surprised by that ban at all.
All right, what are we gonna see from the side of Stout? Are we really gonna run? Are we gonna run Dubious Tank? Oh my goodness, what are we doing?
I wonder if we're doing a little bit of off-rolling here, potentially.
All right, folks, I hope you know at home we are locking onto Nomus's POV, and we are not leaving it. This man better hit a clip. If he doesn't, we're bullying him.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see if Nomus can do something here. Generally, one of our dive tank players, more aggressive tank players. Let's see if he's got the shot to back it up. I almost wonder if there was, some kind of bet that was made within the team.
Maybe.
During the break.
Maybe.
Maybe if he hits the one-shot headshot to start this round, maybe someone's going to buy him dinner. Maybe something, exciting like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a quick try.
As a college student, that's big.
That's huge.
That's
Absolutely
huge. That's huge.
Let's see what he's got.
Maybe the Kovacs he's been doing will pay off here. He's going to go for the first snipe. Come on. Ooh.
He hits.
That's a hit.
And he misses.
That's another hit. He's getting the body shots in, but we need those headshots,
Hopefully going to see something nice come out. Ooh, and just missed.
Come on. Hits that
Another
one.
body shot.
What are you doing up there, Nomus? Okay, back in the back line. Getting those body shots off. Come on, Nomus. He's almost meleeing down a Spider-Man to death. My goodness. Ooh. Put this man on Lord. All right. Nope, not going to hit anything. Grabbing the bubbles. Ooh, that was a close one. Missed just away. It's the one shot. can't clean it up. The other team's Moon Knight healed.
There he goes. He gets one.
Gets one. Board through the spam. Picks up a headshot. Clean! Picks up another on Red Flame. Takes down the tank. The Moon Knight ult comes out, but it doesn't matter. Kosa will pick that one up. Dubious with the Punisher will also pick up the Shark. Come on, Nomus. Get this last one. Won't matter. Dubious, I think, picked up that one as he goes on the flank here. Ooh, just misses that one. Just a bit off. Okay, this is a little embarrassing, Nomus.
I think we're gonna have to get him back on that Kovacs.
Maybe we need to get back on the Kovacs guy. We're gonna cut the blank here finally. On the tank roll, still steamrolling over, picks up Red Flame. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Spider-Man trying to dive the back line, but will get frozen and will get taken down by the support. Jorkier picking up that kill. As Stout, even with just one tank, still winning this out, and with Nomus on the Black Widow. Quite frankly, that should be considered a handkill.
I would agree with that statement. I think the Stout Blue Devils are out just to have some fun. And Nomus, hit me another shot. Maybe we need to check back in. Maybe he's warming up.
Maybe you just need to warm up a little. Here on the... He tried to just go
Dude, what is this?
Oh my god! This man. Oh man.
Coulson with a pair with that Jeff ult. Jeff snipe.
Ooh, almost. Horrible movement tech. My goodness.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to Fortnite.
Yeah.
Figure out that movement tech.
Yeah. Figure out that movement tech. Maybe he doesn't have the build button, you know, he can't ramp himself up. Alright, come on. Pick up a kill here. Come on. Whiffing there. Whiffs again. Misses again. Misses again. Shoot the dang Mantis. My goodness. It's like trying to stop on an ad. He just keeps crawling away.
Yeah, jumping on over to Blink here on the Strange. Like you said, single tanking here in map number 3 of the series. Doing his best just to stay alive at the front, create a nice stable ground for his team to work behind him. As we're going to get Blink going for the dive here, trying to get that melee done on the Redhawks player here in the back. Trying to just kind of single them out. Trying to trap him in the corner, hit him with a couple melee, and that's going to do it. And Stout has secured 2 points. 4 minutes still to play as Kosil and Killstrike still picking up kills on the front line. And we missed the Dubious ult there. Must have just been picking up a couple assists. I didn't see him coming up in the kill feed, but must be enough pressure to keep Redhawks at bay as they're still working on coming out of their spawn.
Yeah, talking about that pressure, Nomus, absolutely not really funny. Let's be real here. Redhawks gonna go maybe for a flank here. Yeah, he's gonna get pressured out. Nobody home there. Dubious on the Punisher. Getting some good damage now, especially on this group. Gonna blast away. Jeff ult coming out as well as the Moon Knight, dropping things down. My goodness, so many effects on screen right now. As the Moon Knight ult comes down, and for the first time this map, oh my goodness, the Redhawks stabilize and finally stop UW-Stout's roll through them.
Yeah, it looked like a triple ult dump. Psylocke, Moon Knight, Jeff there. So combining all those ultimates, it's pretty easy to get up a handful of kills here. Now we're going to see how UW-Stout responds. A couple of ults of their own coming online at any time now. As Blink hits the ult on the Redhawks, who should hopefully get at least one. Unfortunately, couldn't pick his target. And just going to come up a bit short. Dubious finding a kill. Killstrike also on the ult. See if Killstrike can do anything, helping in his backline here. Last player down. Will Stout be able to finish it up right here? Someone from the Redhawks might get there just in time to touch. It will be close.
I hope they don't. As they are going to attempt to stall here, but I was right. Nobody touched. Instead, they dived way off the point. And Stout goes up 3-0 with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left. It's all going to be down to the Redhawks here
You'll need a top-notch
on
team to win
defense
this one.
to see if they can slow down this advance. Oh, no, they've just played defense. Offense. My bad. My bad, folks. My bad. Hour-long Rivals game with only 2 maps down. Yeah, it does think so, man.
It certainly does. It certainly does.
We're going to see Noma's back on the Black Widow. Maybe he'll hit a clip.
I think we just have to kind of stick with watching him here, just in case something happens. You never know.
You never know what could happen here.
I'd really like to see UW-Stout here play some lockdown defense. Don't let this game get out of hand. Don't get caught on the back
30
foot.
seconds before you attack.
So you've got Nomus
Get
now
ready.
finding some of that movement tech,
Ooh,
and
and jump.
eventually just falls back to the floor.
Great job.
It's been a while
Maybe
since
he
Shanghai.
wanted to be here all along.
I think this is the design. I think
Ah,
he knows where he's going.
Ooh, look at this tech.
He's
Look at
found
this
his
tech, folks.
spot.
He has found the Eagle's nest. Perched up high here. Crosshair placement impeccable.
4,
Can he land the strike here with 1 second before this starts? Shoot! And he hits something. Maybe a shield, it looks like. He's going to shoot again. Now the squishy's coming out. Can he land these shots? No. Ooh, yes, sir!
The drop shot.
The drop shot on the shark. The elbow from above. And now he's going to go back to this. Oh, no. Picks up another one through the spray onto board. My goodness, Nomus already with the 2K. Going to farm those stats on a Loki clone. I respect the hustle. As now repositioning behind the turret of Dubious. Gonna keep sniping away at shots. Is gonna kill Saiba there. Dubious using a gun, taking him down. And Stout so far being pretty locked down on this defense. Nomus picks up another. It's board once again. Picks up Red Flame on the tank. The Woodpecker Nomus with this sniper rifle. Slowly picking off members of the enemy team one by one. Blink now in the defense. Up front one, still front lining as this tank really hasn't been pressured at all so far. And has that ult if he chooses to use it anytime soon. Joined by Nomus in the front line as he picks up the kill on Loki. Blink bringing out the whip, trying to beat down Phoenix. Won't be able to grab that kill just yet, but it'll be cleaned up by Dubious later. Now the ult pop will pick up the cloak and dagger. Loki sent packing back to Asgard. And so far, this Stout defense looking pretty locked down with 2 minutes left to go.
Yeah, just a pair of ults from Doctor Strange and the Mantis there to really swing a handful of kills in Stout's favor, as we are now getting the Redhawks coming back out of their spawn. And hopefully they're going to try to come up with something that works this time around. So far they haven't had any luck making their way any further past this corner. Stout doing a great job holding that front line. Nomus putting in a lot of damage. Obviously joking around a little bit with what he's doing back there. But he was hitting a lot of body shots there, getting a lot of damage done during that process. We're going to get ults coming out from the side of the Redhawks. But pretty quiet on the front line as we're going to stay on board with Blink in this fight, as Saiba's doing a little bit of work in the back, picking off some of the Stout players once again, getting a few more with that Moonlight, leaving Blink essentially alone here. It does seem like he's got a support with him in the back. It's going to be Jorkier as well here. Let's see if Dubious might try to get back, pop this ult just in time. He can't get his grapple or whatever that is called.
A zipline?
His zipline, exactly. Working. Yep, and here comes the ult. Hopefully this will help clean up just a couple of kills by the Blue Devils. Just a few more moments time before they can secure the match win.
Ooh la la, yeah. Dubious there. Having some issues with that zipline. I guess that roof not zip-lineable. Maybe it's a soft ceiling, you never know. As Blink's gonna pick up a kill here. Dubious ult really helped them push them back. Blink also still has the ult here, could pop it any time. With 20 seconds left to go, would be a good stall as the Moonlight ult gonna come out for Saiba, and there it is. Bumped out of themselves as Coastal, Blink, and Gnome is all gonna help clean up here. 10 seconds left to go. And I don't even know if Redhawks are going to be able to touch here. Portal at the end coming out from Blink off the map. Not going to grab it in time as UW-Stout is going to sweep this series 3-0 in dominating fashion against the Redhawks. And MVP of this one, after the victory screen, Nomis on the Widow. My goodness. Yeehaw! As UW-Stout is going to win this series against the Redhawks.
Yeah, absolutely. Good series there out of both teams. Nice to see UW-Stout come out with the victory for the match here, staying undefeated in the Marvel Rivals season. So, like you said earlier in the broadcast, we got MSOE coming up next week, followed by Madison Badgers. Those will be the true tests if the work this team is putting in is going to be worth it. See how they match up against some of the other big dogs in the league.
Yeah, will the juice be worth the squeeze, folks? UW-Stout picking up the win, 3-0, going 4-0 now in the WEC season. Tune in tomorrow at 7 to watch our Valorant team see if they can extend their good fortune and